Hello everyone, I'm Miss Shannon from Muncie Public Library, and today we are going to be making some fantastic fractals. So what we are going to be doing is we'll be using some small items, for example popsicle sticks, to make some wild repeating patterns that we call fractals. This is a good example of a fractal. This is a very fancy big one that I made earlier today. Or there are a lot of fractals in nature, such as clouds, snowflakes, broccoli and cauliflower, mountains, and even rivers. So what you're going to need to do this activity at home are at least 27 small items, like popsicle sticks. You could use crayons, toothpicks, markers, pencils. They just need to be kind of small and about the same size. If you have more than 27, you can make an even larger pattern, so feel free to grab extras. The reason we're learning about fractals today is because scientists actually use fractal geometry to figure out models for nature, like how coastlines look, how mountains look, how soil erosion happens, and even to analyze seismic patterns, which are the big plates under the earth. They cause earthquakes, things like that. So the activity that we're going to use today is going to be a great way for you to help visualize those patterns that are behind that fractal geometry that scientists use, as well as the patterns in nature. So let's get started. First thing we're going to do is play with shapes. You all know about shapes, right? So we're going to start with 10 of our items. If you guys need to pause this to grab your items and count out 10, you can. I'm going to count out 10 right now. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So I've got 10 here. Now you can use these to make all kinds of different shapes. So you can feel free to play around and see what kind of shapes you can make with your sticks. I made a triangle. I can make a square. You can make bigger shapes with more sides. Let's see here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Do you guys know what a 5-sided shape is? That one is called a pentagon. So you can do different sizes. Have fun playing around with it. Now let's see. Any shape that is a continuous shape with straight sides is called a polygon. So all of those shapes I made are called polygons. Did you know that? I didn't know that before. But if you just make a circle does not count as a polygon because it has curved sides. And let's see, can we make one polygon with these 10 sticks? I think I'll try. It's going to be a very big shape that we're making, right? And you can try with your sticks at home. Sometimes you got to stretch it out. And there is our polygon shape with 10 sides. And if you have 10 sides, you know what it's called? It's called a decagon. That means it has 10 straight sides, and it almost looks like a circle. There are so many. So are you guys ready to make a fractal? That's going to be our pattern. Fractals are never-ending patterns. The patterns can be in different sizes and go in different directions, but it's the same pattern that is repeated over and over again. So we're going to start with our level 1 fractal. We're going to use 9 sticks, so all but one of what I use. I'm going to make our first triangle fractal. So you can do it along with me. If you need to pause this video while you're making it, feel free. So we have 3 sides. There's our first triangle, but it's not a pattern yet, it's just one, right? So we're going to make another triangle. And another triangle. Here is our first fractal. So we see I made 3 triangles. 1, 2, 3. And then there's a 4th upside down triangle in the center. That's pretty cool, right? Should we make it bigger? Let's make it bigger. We're going to need some more of those sticks because remember I told you need a lot, right? We're going to repeat this pattern 2 more times. So let's see what that looks like. You can see we're making, just like this top one, another one on one side. And then we're gonna make another one on the other side. Are you guys following along? It's a lot of fun to make these patterns. And now we have our level 2 fractal. And you can see we have our first one and we repeated that pattern twice. And the overall pattern is also a triangle and it mirrors. See, we've got that empty upside down triangle in the center. So that's really cool. Now let's see if we can do a little math. Are you guys good at math? So we started out, we used 9 sticks for this, and then we made 2 more. Does anybody know how many sticks we used? 9 times 3 is 27. We had to use all 27 sticks to make our pattern. Now, if you have a lot more sticks or crayons or toothpicks or whatever you decided to use, you could repeat this and make it even bigger, especially if you had space like the floor. So I hope that you guys do make sure to make some bigger things. And you can also, you don't have to use triangles. You could make shapes using squares or rectangles or rhombus shapes, whatever shapes you want, as long as they're repeating. Those are fractals. So I got this program from a place called bedtimemath.org, and they sent some questions along with this. So I'm going to see how good you guys are at math. So we're going to start with some easy questions and go to the hard ones. I'm going to see how good you do. Are you ready? All right. So first of all, this one's the easiest. Do you guys know shapes that have 4 sides? I can think of a few. Are you ready? A square, a rectangle, and a rhombus. Do you guys know what a rhombus is? It's kind of like a funny square, but it's tilted. Let's see if we can talk about a little bit harder question. What shapes have exactly 4 equal sides? Do you know this one? It's too easy, right? Of course, it's a square and a rhombus, that one. That's a little tilted. All right, now we're going to get into the hard stuff. Now, if we have a fractal pattern with 3 shapes, each made with 4 sticks, do you know how many sticks you'll need total to make that first pattern? Oh, this isn't too hard. It's just multiplication. We are going to multiply 3 times 4 and get 12 sticks. All right, are you ready for a harder one? If your first fractal pattern had 3 squares made with 12 sticks, how many sticks were used for each square? Now this one is division. I think you guys can do that. 12 divided by 3, that makes 4. And of course, squares have 4 sides. Did you guys get all the answers right? Great job. I want to thank everybody for joining me for Fantastic Fractals today, and I hope that you'll check our YouTube page for more fun videos. Thank you.